Now, the Federal Capital Territory stakeholders and allies of its original inhabitants have lent their voice on participation of the inhabitants in the public hearings on the review of the 1999 Constitution at the National Assembly. The stakeholders made their views known today in Abuja as they report. Now, Drew Maliki was there and here is his report.
As part of the activities for the commemoration of Democracy Day, the stakeholders of FCT has called on the legislative arm of the government to consider the plight of FCT original inhabitants. The stakeholders called for the FCT to be made its own state. Ibrahim Zikiru Ali, Executive Director, Resource Center for Human Rights and Civic Education, said Democracy Day, June 12, provided the cardinal objective of providing the opportunity for all FCT stakeholders to look back at what transpired during the recent public hearings on the review of the 1999 Constitution. The debriefing was held to present veritable opportunity to reflect on, review and assess the participation of FCT original inhabitants in the public hearings by the Senate and the House of Representatives committees on the review of the 1999 Constitution.
The original inhabitants have done their part by pointing out the key issues in the 1999 Constitution, which continue to assail their quest for political emancipation. Crassai calls on the Nigeria state not to undermine or frustrate these demands. We call on government to show for once that it has the capacity to listen to the plight of the state of the people and do something about it. Specifically, the anomaly of the statelessness of the original inhabitants of the FCT ought to be addressed immediately.
Speaking further, he said the group strongly believed that beyond the presentations made at the public hearings, there were other steps which had to be taken to ensure the issue of the FCT original inhabitants did not fade in the minds and memories of those in a position to influence decisions.
And justifiable. To redress the injustice wherein millions of FCT original inhabitants have been rendered stateless in their own ancestral homelands, the National Assembly urgently needs to tweak Section 299 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which states that the provisions of this Constitution shall apply to the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, as if it were one of the states of the Federation. Crassai calls for the removal of the "if," which has rendered the state status for the original inhabitants of the FCT inchoate.
National Assembly amendment to the 1999 Constitution has been called on the Minister of FCT to take urgent steps to address the economic impacts which have deepened poverty.